Scanning for audio.
Welcome once again to a Tin Dog podcast. This time I'm talking about Star Cops 4.6. It's the end of the 4th season, Blood Moon. It's actually Blood Moon 2, so there's too many numbers. This is really not going well. 4.6, Star Cops, Blood Moon 2. You know what I mean. Devis, yeah? Right, so Devis. You know what happened at the end of the last episode? You can live with that. You can work with it. That's fine. There was a cliffhanger at the end, and the box has Devis in the background as a kind of ghostly figure looming over the narrative. You've got the rest of the cast in the foreground, but Trevor Cooper is listed on the front, but that would be tradition. You've got Roland Moore as the writer. Okay, let's just go with the world's shortest synopsis. Big Finish is really pushing the boat out. Star Cops are engaged in a desperate battle against time as the consequence of Devis's search for Sophie play out to a tragic conclusion. That's it. That's all you get. Because this is the end of this box set. Now, as always, your big issue with Star Cops is that quite a lot of the action has to take place on Earth, which is not amongst the stars. So in fact, it's Earth Cops or Cops, which, detracts from the whole Star Cops thing. So you have to set it in the future. Now, I'll tell you what, at the very beginning of this, there's a bit of a flashback where Devis's daughter is introduced to another character. And because Star Cops takes place in a slightly left of Prime parallel universe, where we did go into space a lot earlier and that kind of thing, technology is different. So the fact that she's got server issues with her technology is really, really well constructed, because as an audience you're listening going, oh yeah, that means that this and that's right, and it grabs you. It grabs you and it takes you into that universe really, really well and really, really subtly and quickly, which is very, very good. So, Roland Moore has produced the end of this whole season. It brings together everything that's experienced in all of the other stories. The Devis daughter storyline has been brilliant. It's made Devis a better person, and it's taken him from being a Star Cop to a private citizen and basically a gumshoe detective. Someone who is desperate to make things better. Yeah, you've got that, we've got that. But I can't talk about much more because it will tell you what's happened, who survived, who didn't survive, who's in the storyline, all of that business, and that's why the synopsis is so small. This Star Cops has been a brilliant series. Seriously, it's dealt with the individual, not using the words monster of the week, because let's face it, there are no aliens here. But you've had the villain of the week, the cops-based storylines. You've got stuff happening in space and on Earth. You've got detectives. Some people are more in the foreground than others, and then they swap round. It's just a lovely ensemble piece. Now, obviously, your original 3 cast are going to be more of a focus, but that's not always the case. And it's really nice to have the new faces turning up. I'm liking that the Star Cops organisation is expanding, and yet it's still derided. I love what Andrew Smith's done with the whole universe. I really don't want to see an end to this range because it just keeps going. And as long as there's crime out there, then I can't see a reason for this to end. I love Trevor's performance as Colin. And the fact that there was a gunshot at the end of the episode last time did actually make me think, is Trevor stopping? Is he going to do something else? Is he not wanting to do this anymore? And that is a testimony to good writing. For a moment you go, oh right, is that not what's going to... Oh, and you worry. And you spend a month worrying about what's going to happen. And the consequences are still pretty damn big. So, here's the trailer. Listen, decide for yourself whether you want to experience this or not. Let's visit if you're a Star Cops fan you already want to know. Because you love the series and this is better. If you've enjoyed this, why not track down the For Your Consideration, where me and Luke talk about Star Cops on TV, and I introduce him to, rather stupidly, the last ever episode. But until then, be seeing you.
From Big Finish Productions, Star Cops, Blood Moon, Devis.
I'm Chief Superintendent Pal Kenzie from the International Space Police Force.
And I'm Officer Okoro.
You're a long way from the moon, aren't you?
We're trying to trace a colleague who's gone missing.
Oh, come on. Can't this door open any faster?
Unfortunately not. It takes time because it's overriding the safety mechanism.
Yeah?
I'm from 6net.
That was quick.
We pride ourselves on being speedy.
I only called 10 minutes ago.
Alice and I are just leaving Catlet's address now, Nathan.
Any luck locating Colin?
We've passed local police the video from the neighbour, showing Colin and Sophie getting into the car with Chubb.
The good news is, we've got the trace codes for both Colin's and Sophie's vid phones.
And the bad news?
They're on Dulcie Avenue in the Lambeth zone, and they haven't moved for an hour or so.
You killed her, and then you framed me! It was you!
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Everything discussed is the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended. For early access to reviews, follow the show on YouTube or Twitter @Tin Dog Podcast. To contact the show, email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.